Hi, my name is Leslie DeLayu. I'm the Director of Orchestras for North Point, Oakcrest, and Willowwood, and this is our orchestra virtual open house video. So obviously things are pretty strange right now, but I did want to start off by saying that we are really enjoying having your kids in our class this year. They have been troopers through all of the changes. They've been super flexible and helpful, and we just really appreciate how awesome they have been and how they've been working really hard with us to help make our jobs easier as we all figure out how to do all of this new schooling this year. I'm just going to take you through a couple of main points that we would like for you to know about orchestra this year, and then at the end there is some contact information, and you can always send us an email if you have any questions. So, get my slides working. Like I said, my name is Leslie DeLayu. Just a little bit of information about me. I have bachelor's degrees from the University of Illinois in music education and violin performance. I also have a master's degree from Indiana University. I've been teaching in Tomball for 5 years now, and before that I was a teacher in New York and Indiana. So I have really enjoyed my time in Tomball. I think that this has definitely been the best city for me so far. And if you ever need anything from me that I can do to help you or to help your student, please feel free to send me an email. It is difficult to get in contact with me by phone, just especially because of all of the extra classes that we've added on. I'm actually almost never in my office this year, but if you do need to call me, I do tend to work in my office from about 2 to 3 p.m. every day, so you can always reach out to me that way if that works better for you. Our other orchestra director at Willowwood is Jordan Sheffield, and she is working in the office normally in the morning. So if you need to get in touch with her by phone, that would be the best time to call her. And we share a phone, so the phone number is actually the same. The important dates for this year are really up in the air. We did have to unfortunately cancel our fall concert just because there was no way that it would be safe to hold that event this fall, but we are hoping that we can have other concerts once things improve, once the health situation improves. So we're just not sure, and we're kind of waiting to see what happens in the next couple of months to make that final call. So with that said, instead of giving you potential dates, I just really want to encourage you to subscribe to our Google Calendar. There's really nothing on it yet, like I said, because we just don't know very much yet, but I do update it as things change and as things come up. So if you subscribe to that calendar, you'll be able to see those changes in real time to help give you a better sense of what's coming down the pipeline. The other really important thing to make sure that you are utilizing is our Cut Time website. I know that those invitations come in and they kind of look like spam or junk mail or something, but they are legit, and this is how we send out mass emails. Working across 3 schools, it makes it difficult for us to communicate effectively with everybody at the same time, so this is the best way for us to get in touch with you, and it really helps us out if you just log on to that Cut Time account and make sure that your information is updated, and especially that your email is updated, so that when we do send out those big mass emails, you get a copy of them. If you haven't gotten an email from me yet through Cut Time, please let me know so that we can get you set up with that, because I've sent out several at this point, and it's really important that you're getting all of that information so that you know what's happening. The next thing that I want to talk about just for a minute is private lessons. We normally get to do a big pitch for private lessons in August, but we were unable to do that this year. So private lessons, there's often a misconception that they are just for students that are really advanced or falling really behind, but that's really not true. Private lessons are for everybody, and they happen once a week. They're not happening at school right now. They're still happening virtually, but they are a way for your child to connect with somebody that can work with them on an individual level, even when class sizes might feel smaller right now because we've split everything up into 2 different sections. It's very difficult for us to really hone in on every child individually every day and give them attention that they need. So obviously we do our best and we try and get as much in as we can every day, but private lessons are a great way to make sure that your student is getting a personalized plan that can help them really get ahead throughout the school year and give them more challenges and hopefully help them to develop that love of their instrument even more than they already are in class. Things that you should be looking for at home. Please make sure that your child is bringing an instrument home. I know that some of our 6th graders still don't have instruments at home just yet, but they should be coming home in the next couple of weeks. And once all of your instruments are home, make it a habit for your student to practice every day. It gets hard sometimes with homework and baseball and all of the other stuff that's happening. It can be really easy to overlook practicing, and the best way to make sure that it happens is just to set up a consistent time. And you can get your child's input on what time works best for them, especially as they get older. They like to be more independent in that way. And so sometimes kids want to practice right after they get home from school because then they get it over with and it's done for the day. But sometimes they want to take a break after school and they want to practice as soon as dinner is over. And that's, that might happen at a slightly different time every day, but that's still a consistent time of day where they are setting aside some time to make sure that that instrument comes out of the case and that they are practicing. When they practice, please help them to find a quiet space free of technology distractions and sibling distractions and pet distractions so that they can focus on that instrument. When they are practicing, things that you can listen for are that they are doing things more than once. If they are just doing everything once and then they're finished in 10 minutes and they say, okay, Mom, I'm done now, check in with them and say, what did you make better today? And what are you working on improving? And what did your teacher say to work on? Because as we tell them often in class, just playing through everything once a day isn't really practicing. Mistakes are part of that process, and while we know that they can be frustrating, we want you to really encourage them to use those mistakes as learning opportunities. We normally only offer sectionals for Willowwood students, but this year we are offering sectionals to 6th graders as well. We will be starting those up probably about a month from now. They are optional. You must sign up in advance though, because we need to make sure that we don't exceed our maximum social distancing room occupancy. So if you do sign up, please double check what time that sectional will be over. There will not be any late buses this year, so you will have to make sure that you pick your child up. All of the sectionals will be held at Willowwood, so if you are a 6th grader, you will need to transport your child over to Willowwood after school and then pick them up again after that sectional is over. We will be sending out topics for those sectionals. We'll be grouping them. They're just meant to be Right now, they're meant to be extra help sessions, and especially for virtual students who might be feeling frustrated that they aren't getting that one-on-one kind of time with teachers because of the virtual instruction. This is how we are trying to help alleviate some of that frustration. And so we really do want to encourage virtual students to sign up for that to get a little bit of extra help if they need to get back on track. Other technology, obviously we are all using Schoology now. We are still learning it, and so I just ask that you communicate with us if you are having difficulties. I've been trying to communicate as I have difficulties, and so we can all figure it out together, and just be patient with us as we try and figure out the best ways to use it for our students. At some point, we may ask for orchestra fees for things like trips or competitions or other extracurricular events this year. and that will be done through School Cash. If you have not yet signed up through School Cash, you want to set up that account sooner rather than later. It's not just orchestra that uses it. Your child will use it again and again as they get older and have other things going on through the school that they will be asking you to pay for. And then some of you have already joined our Remind 101 account, but we want to encourage you, if you haven't, that you should try and join it. The codes are in the student handbook on for orchestra on Schoology. It is optional, but I try and send out reminders every time something is due or a due date is coming up, or if I'm thinking that kids need to bring something extra that day that they might forget, I'll send out a quick reminder about it just to help them remember. So if you think that that might be beneficial for you or for your child, do go ahead and sign up for that so that you can get those reminders on your phone. And then finally, we are looking forward to a great year. It's certainly a strange year, but like I said, we've really enjoyed having your students so far in our class. I will be posting this PowerPoint on Schoology if you want to go back and review it or click on anything. But here is all of our information, and I tried to group us by the classes that we are teaching. I will say that because we have doubled all of our classes this year with a face-to-face section and an in-person section, but we have certainly not doubled our teaching staff, it is taking us a little bit longer than usual to get back to people about any communication. So I would just ask that you be patient, give us a full day, and we will try and get back to you as soon as possible. If you haven't heard back from us within a day, then check in and make sure that you didn't fall through the cracks in our massive email amounts that we get every day. But let me know if you have any questions, and I look forward to hopefully meeting you all at a concert someday soon. Have a great year.